Hello everyone. Today we are going to be going over the Revox and the RSST Pro, which I got both already installed, and I have been kind of testing them out and using them and whatnot. You'll notice I don't have any tires on, and that is because we just finished round 1 of MDL, which I'll have a video on too. And for that, you'll need one set of tires for the whole series. So you have to return them in back to wherever you go or wherever you get them from, and they hold on to them until the next round. So I got a video on that. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so as you can see, I got the red one in there. It looks really nice. And then the black gyro. And I actually got this used on a deal, so I didn't pay the 110 that wherever he got this from, but I paid 75 for a used one. And I've just been trying to figure it out, work with it, and kind of got it pretty down pretty good. So that's pretty cool. And then also, I got my laptop here with the tuner. We'll go over that later, but I'm going to go over the Revox first. All right, starting off with your endpoints. So pretty simple. It's like most gyros. The only thing is the button's exposed, so you don't have to like stick something in there. So you're just going to hold that button down for a second or two, and then turn on the car, and then it'll enter the gyro mode. So just turn on the car real quick. This will end up flashing like yellow. Mine's flashing blue. I'm not gonna reset my endpoints just because I kind of have mine set up differently. But yeah, so you'll hold that down, then turn on the car, and then that blue light would actually be flashing yellow or solid yellow. And then you'll do what you normally do, turn the wheels to where you want them, get it all the way to the one way, hit the button, turn it all the way to the other way, hit the button again, and then it's ready to go. But yeah, like I said, I kind of set mine up a little bit differently because I'm trying out some stuff, so I don't want to change it right now. But as you can see, it is flashing several times. So right now it's flashing 3. And that means I'm on mode 3. Now this gyro has different modes. So the lower the number the mode is, the more angle the car can get and the less control the gyro takes. And then if you go up, more control the gyro takes and the less angle. So it goes 1 to 6, and in between 1 and 6 you can do your remote endpoints, doing whatever. I like mine at 72 currently, so that's where I'm leaving it. 72% and mode 3, which you'll see with the 3 flashes. So now in order to change that, say you buy it used or whatever, you want to try different modes, hit this once, and then it will go down. So now I'm on mode 2. See, it flashes twice for mode 2. And then if you hit it twice, double tap, you'll see it'll flash 3 times again. And that means we're back on mode 3. So you hit it twice to go up and once to go down. So like I said, I've been kind of jiving with mode 3. Honestly, it probably wouldn't be a bad place to start either, just because it's kind of in the middle between 1 and 6, but you can start wherever you want. Hello, it is future me, and I realized while editing the video, I forgot to teach you guys how to reverse the gyro. So, with the car on, you are going to hold that down for 3 seconds. The LED will flash really fast, and then it'll be reversed. Super simple. And one way to check if it needs to be reversed or not, if you pull the back end towards you, these front wheels should come towards you as well. So when you pull it back, the front wheels should do that. If you pull the back end back towards you, and the front wheels do that, the gyro needs to be reversed. So yeah, like I said, with the car already on, just hold down that button for 3 seconds. The LED will flash really fast, and then it's reversed. So now back to the rest of the video. Getting into the servo, you are going to need one of these to tune it, which I think they're $40 if I remember correctly. I bought one of these for my RMX, and that has the regular RSST in it, so I already had one of these, and it works with both the RSST and the Pro, which is nice. And then here we got the program, and just how to get to the program. We're gonna go to this website right here, and then from there, once you get to the website, will be in Japanese most likely. You're just gonna download this, and should be good to go. So I got some notes here on what all the settings do, and I'm gonna get to going over them. So starting off with the servo trim. So say your wheels, are slightly this way for whatever reason, and you can't adjust your steering rod. That's where you go in here and you can adjust it so it can get centered. Pretty simple. Now, for torque, the higher the torque number, the more stronger and stable the car will be at angle. But that comes at the cost of it's harder to transition or slower to transition. And if you move torque lower, it becomes more flicky. So it's easier to transition, but that could cause you to spin out easier. Initial torque. So the higher the number, the harder it is to transition or the harder it is to flick the car. And the lower the number, the easier it is to flick the car. Mid torque. So if you go higher in the number, the car is going to want to like cut inside of the angle. The lower the number, the car is going to want to stay on a wider angle. So for drifting, we have the angles here. So you're coming around, say you're here. As you're drifting, the car is going to want to cut this way if you set the number to higher. And if you have the number lower, your car will kind of stay out this way. So it's kind of where you want it. If you're on a tighter track where you kind of got to do some crazy stuff, maybe you want to cut it inside. And if you're on a bigger track with like longer sweeps, you probably want it on the outside. It's all this stuff is all dependent. I should mention these are default settings too. I've been running. Been running pretty good with the default settings, no complaint. Some people, because I'm like one of the only people that has one of these at the track, some people ask me to tune theirs, and usually they ask me to set it to the Futaba mode, which some people seem to like, even if they don't have a Futaba. Just as a side note. All right, max torque. So the higher the number the max torque is, the faster the car will straighten out, and the lower it is, the easier it will be for you to hold angle. Torque curve. So the higher the number, the more shallow of an angle the car will take, and the lower the number, the more wider of an angle it will take. So that's back to here. So more shallow, it'll want to be on the inside. Wider, it'll want to be on the outside. All right, damper. So that is for your gyro shake specifically. Now, if you're noticing you get a lot of gyro shake, you're probably going to want to turn this up. But turning this up also means you have slower transitions as well. So you're going to want to find that like middle point. Maybe what you want to do is turn your gyro up to 100 and then play with this to see where, just get it like 1 point above to where it won't shake versus will shake. But I've been, like I said, been running these on default settings. It's been working out pretty good for me. Damper point. So that is how fast the damper will kick in. Now, if you do have this lower, you will have more steering response. And if you do have it higher, it'll kick this in faster. So you kind of pick which you want. Speed curve. So the higher this number is, you'll get to max counter steer faster. So when you're drifting, it'll get to where you want to be drift-wise faster. And then if the speed curve is lower, the car will be easier to control. Now, counter assist, I do not have any notes on. So this is a newer setting, at least compared to when I wrote my notes. So I'm not entirely sure what this does. What I believe it does is how much kind of effort, I guess, it will put into getting you to counter steer and probably holding you there. But if not, someone let me know in the comments. I would like to know for sure, and then I can edit my notes. Now, max power. This is how sensitive your torque and all that will be. So the higher the number, the more sensitive this stuff will be, and the lower the number, the less sensitive. Now, frequency and deadband are recommended to stay at factory settings, but if you did want to change frequency, the higher the frequency number, the more smooth the servo will be, and the lower the number, the more aggressive it'll be. So maybe you want a more aggressive one for tighter corners and a more smooth one for like wider kind of corners. And then deadband, so that's like an area of the servo where there'll be no input, however, based on how much steering percentage you give it into. And then direction. So if you need to reverse the servo, you just change this here. So if it's going one way and you want it to go the other, you just change that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But like I said, I have been using these and I have been loving them. They work really well together, which is kind of cool. And I mean, I damn near have the whole ReveD electronics family. I just have a different motor. But yeah, so I'm very happy with these so far. Not really any complaints. But if you guys do have any questions about anything, let me know. I do know if you run direct drive with this servo, it does cause quite a bit of jitter, even if the damper's kind of turned all the way up. So just be aware of that. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I believe this will be the end of the video. If I have anything else to say or anything I forgot, I'll put it after. But if you guys thought this was helpful and you enjoyed, let me know. And the Galm build series is almost over. But learning anti-squat will not be. So I'll kind of be going over how I feel the car drives and differences compared to this versus my MST and whatnot. So learning anti-squat will kind of be a continuous series for a while. But the build part of it, the build aspect, is just about done, which is kind of cool. I really don't plan on doing the aluminum stuff, like I said. But if I get a good deal, I will. But I'm happy with how this is so far. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.